first on the bull side, there's a lot of people, we tend to forget, there's a lot of people even in 2019 who still shopped almost exclusively at the mall, who never shopped online. So millions of people started shopping online in 2020 who hadn't before, and they loved it, and it was convenient and interesting, and so we've brought a lot of people into e-commerce who weren't there before. On the bear side, during the pandemic, people can't spend on travel. They can't spend on dining. So they're spending a disproportionate share of wallet on retail. And when they're spending on retail, they can't go to the mall. So they're spending a disproportionate amount on e-commerce. So what I don't know, and what I don't know that any of us know, is what's going to happen to consumer spending overall as restrictions ease. What I do know, though, is if you look over the long term, if you're looking at 2022 and 2023 and beyond, e-commerce is bigger and stronger, and will be bigger and stronger, I believe, as a result.
Josh, as you know, Elon Musk tweeted on January 26th, I hope you've saved the tweet, "I kind of love Etsy." How much was that tweet worth, you think, this quarter?
You know, Etsy trades on the fundamentals and has always traded on the fundamentals. So at the time that he sent that tweet, Etsy's stock price went up. I forget the amount, but I think we gained $1.5 billion, $2 billion in market cap for 2 hours. And then the stock price settled right back down to where it started before the tweet. And by the way, he was tweeting about the fact that he loves the Etsy marketplace. He was tweeting about a product that he bought for his dog, which I love. But, you know, we trade on the fundamentals, and I think it's so important that we keep talking about the fundamentals. And I hope Etsy stock always trades on the fundamentals and not on some story that's other than that.
Are you thinking at all about accepting Bitcoin?
Not right now. I'm a holder. I've held Bitcoin for 6 or 7 years now, I think, on the theory that I think it can be an interesting store of value. It could be an interesting tender someday, but you need a whole lot more people to buy it and own it before I think it's really useful for people as a form of tender.
And then finally, I wanted to ask you about how you see the marketplace world versus the website or store world, given the success of Shopify. How many of your small businesses are both on your service and also developing their own? And what does that mix look like for you?
You know, many of our sellers will also have their own shop. The challenge is creating your own shop today is creating a lemonade stand in the desert, right? It's harder and harder for an individual site to rise above the noise and become a brand that people can remember. All the trends I see is that, you know, we're consolidating to fewer and fewer large e-commerce platforms. And that's because the human brain can only remember so many brands. We can only keep 4, 5, 6, 8 brands in mind. For everything else, we've got to go to Google or we've got to go to Facebook. And if you're downstream of Google or Facebook, then they're going to be the ones who get all of the economics. So I don't think it's likely that there's going to be 2 million thriving individual places to go buy things 10 years from now. I think there's going to be a handful. So the job of Etsy is to create a brand that stands for something that's meaningful and lift all of our sellers up as a result.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.